Hello everyone, welcome back to our playlist of object-oriented programming in C++. In this video, we will be learning about inheritance. So the agenda for today's video is to understand what is inheritance, why do we need inheritance, what are the different types of inheritance, and lastly, we will have a look at the diamond problem. So before we get into any technicalities of inheritance, let us first try to understand what do we exactly mean by the term inheritance. So in simple words, to inherit means to receive or derive certain qualities or characteristics from a predecessor or a former owner. Now, in object-oriented programming, with the help of inheritance, a class can use variables and methods of another class as its own. Further, the class from which data is inherited or the variables and methods are inherited is called as the superclass, the base class or the parent class, and the class that inherits this data is called as the subclass, the derived class or the child class. Now let us try to understand this same thing with the help of some visualizations. So let's say I have a base class or a parent class, and this class has certain attributes and methods, say x1 and x2. Now this parent class can be inherited by two or more child classes, and these child classes will also have the same methods and attributes, or we can say that these child classes will inherit all the methods and attributes from the parent class. Now, in addition to having the methods and attributes of the parent class, they can also have their own individual properties which are unique to them. Let's say y1 and z1. So, for example, if I have a parent class called animals and this class has three methods, that is, they have four legs, they can walk, and they can eat. So for this class animals, I can have two child classes, namely dog and lion, and these two child classes will also possess all of the properties of the animal class, that is, they both can also walk, can eat, and have four legs. Now, apart from having these three properties, they can also have their own characteristic properties that are unique to them. So let's say, for example, a dog barks and a lion roars. Now, having understood what inheritance is, let us try to write a simple program for the same. So to start with, I will create a class which will be my parent class called animal, and this will have certain attributes and method which will be public. So let us say it has an attribute called int legs, which is equal to 4, and then it can also have a method called behavior, which will contain a string that says can walk, and then another string that can say can eat. So this is our parent class animal, and now I want to create a child class for this class animal. So for that, I will initialize a class called say dog, and I want this class to inherit my parent class. So for that, I'll add a colon which will be followed by the name of my parent class, which is public animal. Now let us create a similar child class, another child class for the parent class animal, and this one will be named lion. Now we have created a parent class and two child classes for the same. Let us now create the object for our classes. So I'll define the function main. In that, I'll create an object for my class dog, which will be called obj underscore dog. Similarly, I'll create an object for lion, which is obj underscore lion. Now let us call the attributes of the parent class by using the object of our child class. So let us have a string that will tell us that we are in the dog class, and then we will have another string, and in this we will call the attribute of our parent class. So to call the attribute, you write the object name dot the attribute name. So it will be obj dog dot legs. And then let us also call the method of our parent class, and in order to do that I'll write my object name dot the method name, that is behavior. So let us do the same for our second child class, which is the lion class. And once this is done, let's run it and see what happens. We can see that we have a dog class and a lion class, and they both have inherited the properties from the animal class. And in the code you can see that we have defined these properties only for the parent class and not for our child classes. Now, as mentioned earlier, our child classes can also have their unique attributes or methods. So let us create a method for our child class dog, which can say sound dog, and this can have a string that says barks. Similarly, let us create a method for our child class lion, and we can call it sound lion, and this will have a string that says roars. Now, as we called the methods for our parent class, we can also individually call the method for our base classes. So to do that, I'll write the name of my object dot the method name. So it will be obj underscore dog dot sound dog, and the same for the lion class. Now let us run this, and when we run this we can see that the dog class has inherited the properties of the animal class and also its own unique method or attribute, and the same is true for the lion class. So now you might be wondering how exactly is helpful. So to answer this, a big part of the usefulness of inheritance is its reusability. As we saw in our example, we created a parent animal class which contained the properties and behaviors universal to all animal, and these were later inherited by our child classes dog and lion. Now, in this case, it saved us the time and efforts to create those shared functions multiple times for every single subclass. Additionally, inheritance also allows us to limit the chances of human error that might arise while manually inputting these shared functions. So now let us have a look at what are the different types of inheritance. So the most simple and basic type of inheritance is the single inheritance, wherein you have a single parent class which is inherited by more than one or one child classes. And a real life example of single inheritance would be a daughter inheriting properties or qualities from her mother. So if a mother has a quality X, the daughter will also have that quality X along with her own unique qualities. The second type of inheritance is multiple inheritance, wherein you have two parent classes which are inherited by a single child class. So, a real life example for this could be a daughter inheriting properties from her mother and her father. So, if a mother has a quality X, the father has a quality Y, the daughter will have both these qualities X, Y, and a unique quality Z. The next type of inheritance is multi-level inheritance, wherein a parent class is inherited by a child class, and this child class is further inherited by another child class. So, for example, we have a grandparent whose qualities are inherited by a parent, and the qualities of this parent in turn is inherited by a child or a grandchild. So, if a grandfather has certain qualities X, the parent will inherit those qualities X and will also possess its own quality Y, and both these qualities X and Y will in turn be inherited by the grandchild along with his own unique qualities. Now notice in multi-level inheritance, our third class inherits properties from both the first derived class as well as the base class. The next type of inheritance is hierarchical inheritance, wherein you have a base class A, which is inherited by two classes B and C, and these two classes are further inherited by two more classes, say D, E, F, and G. The next type of inheritance is the hybrid inheritance, wherein you have a parent class A and this class is inherited by two child classes B and C, and these two child classes are further inherited by a single child class D. So this class D will inherit properties from class B, class C as well as class A. Now this is the type of inheritance that leads to a diamond problem. So let us try to understand what do we mean by the diamond problem. So the diamond problem is an ambiguity that arises when two classes B and C inherit from A and class D inherits from both B and C. Now, for example, if class A has certain qualities X, this quality X will be inherited by class B and class C both, and they will possess their own unique qualities Y and Z. Now these three qualities X, Y and Z will be inherited by class D along with having its own unique property. So the reason why we say that there is an ambiguity is because this class D does not understand from which class should it inherit this quality X. Should it be class B, class C or class A, and hence it creates an error while programming. And this problem can be resolved by calling method of a specific superclass. So let us try to understand this with the help of a program. So we will first start by creating a class A, which will have a public void function or method. Let's call it func, and it will say diamond problem. So we can create two child classes for this parent class A. So to do that, we will declare our child class followed by a semicolon, which will be followed by the name of our parent class, which is A. Then we can have another child class, which will be C. And then we will have a class D, which will inherit from both class B and class C. So to inherit from two classes, we simply separate them by a comma. So it will be public B, comma, public C. Now let us create our main function. And inside this function, we will create an object for our class D. Let's say objd. And then we have a method called function which is inherited by B and C, and the methods and functions of B and C are further inherited by D. So class D will also inherit the same function. So let us try to call this function using the object of D. So I'll say object d.func. Now let us try to run this program and see what we get. So in the output you can see that it says the request for member func is ambiguous, and the reason why this happened is, as mentioned earlier, the compiler does not understand that this D class is inheriting this function or this method from which of the three classes A, B and C. So to avoid this problem of ambiguity, we can call the method of a specific superclass. So let's comment this out. And instead of writing this, we can simply call the function of our parent class by calling a specific superclass. So for example, if I want my class D to inherit this function from class C, so I'll write my object name dot the name of my superclass from where I want to inherit, which is C, and this will be followed by two colons and then the name of the method, which is func. So in this line of code, we have specified that our child class D is inheriting our func or our method called func from the superclass C. Now again, let's try to run this. If we run it, we get the output that says diamond problem, and hence the problem is resolved. So that was about it for today's video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for our next videos.